I'm Zach. Hunting, fishing, outdoor adventure and exploration, they run in my blood. I am deeply driven. Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is Zach with Deeply Driven Outdoors. It is early muzzleloader season right now in Iowa. So it's the first time I get to say this, I'm just walking out of my driveway. I just get to walk hunting. I don't have to take my truck because I live adjacent to public hunting ground, which is awesome. So I'm just going to walk down the dirt road here and set up for the evening. I don't know if this is the best deer hunting spot, but this is my first crack at deer hunting on the public land by my house. I call it the crossroads. Little kind of dirt roads crossing, and deer have made quite a few tracks down this trail here and through this crossing, so giving it a shot. They like to take the path of least resistance, so I figured they may cross right here as opposed to going up and over the old railroad bed. Those deer are way out there. There's 4 of them. Looks like a doe and 3 young ones. So it's good. I'm seeing deer. They're coming this way, but they got a lot of ground to cover. And again, I don't think I really want to shoot a doe tonight. There's some more deer right there. Mama and a young one. They are coming this way. But again, I'm not going to fill a tag on anything other than a big buck tonight. Alright, well, we got 15-20 minutes of shooting light left for my first sit ever at this new place. Saw 8 deer. That's not too bad. I did pass the second group that I saw. I did pass on a shot. She came closer. She's got 2 young'uns with her. They'd probably be fine if I shot her. But being early muzzleloader, I'm a little more skeptical about that. Plus, like I said, it's Sunday night. If I'm going to mess with something, I better have big horns. So, I'm going to head back now. I'm going to start the walk back. That way, if something jumps out, I've got daylight to shoot it. I'm going to go just do some deer hunting, as maybe evidenced by the orange and the muzzleloader. So, I'm going to pour some coffee here real quick. A Black Rifle coffee going on. I love this stuff. It's good. Yeah, it's early muzzleloader season. Andy and Christina are here. They're going to kind of hunt in the timber out back. I'm going to go down the dirt road some and sit at the place I was at last weekend. This is the last weekend of deer season for early muzz. I'll have 3 weeks of late muzz and, around the holidays. Christmas and New Year's time. But I got 2 tags to fill still in a weekend, so that's what's tough about this early muzzleloader. I got so much other stuff going on. I had a deer down there at 145 yards. It was borderline if I could have taken a shot or not, but I decided not to. She just went into the brush off to the right, so she might come down this trail. Okay, I just took a shot. I had a shot at 100 yards. There was some deer that were right up here. And then they noodled their way down right to the corner. It's a 100-yard shot right there. Ran across and then into the thick stuff. I've not been down to look for blood yet. One of them, the one that I think I shot at, looked like on her last leap that I saw her, looked really awkward. So, and then I didn't see her again. So she might be down over there. We're going to see. That's first sign of blood. That is first sign of blood. Okay, good. I thought she was looking a little awkward. Here's more blood. More blood. More blood. Blood, 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 blood. Good, good. Yep. Okay, deer down. I got a hold of Andy. Deer was bleeding out when I came up on it, but just about done. There it is. So we're gonna get it dragged up out of here, get it gutted. There's a road up over there. Hopefully maybe we can drive down to it. It's real wet. Here we go. Found her. I was just telling Andy, he's coming down to help me out here a little bit, that this is my first ever public land deer, first ever deer by my house, so by my new acreage. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get her cleaned out or gutted, and then we'll get her up to the house and I have some butchering to do, I suppose, today. So we'll do all that, and that's tag number 1 filled. So good deal. My antlerless deer, antlerless early muzz. Okay, and today is the 24th.
5th, yeah. 4th.
Right?
4th. Yeah.
Hawkeye's first game today. So I'm gonna notch that 24th of October. I'm pretty stoked. This is the first deer that I've gotten out by my new place. And you know it's public land. It is adjacent to my house, so you know, kind of feels a little bit like mine. One thing I always carry with me in my deer pack are gallon Ziplocs. A lot of people just throw heart, liver, caul fat, all that stuff out in the gut pile. I used to, until a few years ago. But I eat the heart, make deer heart tacos. I'm going to keep the liver this year, and I'm going to put it into the grind. Do more of an ancestral blend grind. So, yeah, there's lots of goodies in the gut pile that you can still take home and eat. Heart and liver I always take with me. Liver, like I said, I used to use as dog food, but I'm going to put it into the grind this year. Those 2 little pieces of meat right there on the back end of the deer, on the inside, those are the inner loins. That is some of the best eating on the deer. And I've heard that some people do this. I have done it before. Is they'll actually accidentally pull those out while gutting the deer. These inner loins you absolutely want to take with you because they are very good. Like I said, I saw this on a meat eater episode. You hang the deer by the neck, because we usually hang it by the legs. Hang it by the neck, get the hide started, and then Andy went and found me a rock that's about the size of a golf ball. We're going to put the golf ball in this loose part of hide I've got pulled away, tie a rope around that, and then just pull it. Either pull it with the truck or pull it with the tractor. So that's the idea. That's what we're going to go for. We're going to see how well it works. I've got the neck, the hide of the neck kind of pulled down some. Andy found me a rock, which I'm going to stick in the hide. And then I'm going to put that little length of rope, tie that around there, and pull with the old truck. Hopefully that tractor is going to be a good enough anchor. Well, I'd say that worked out pretty good. I haven't butchered a deer here before, so I don't have necessarily a set system for doing it. But I think I'm going to go get another folding table and my knives and a trash can of contractor bag and stuff and meat tubs and the whole 9 yards, and at least get it set up as much as I can here. Well, I fully intend to get some stainless steel tables from like a restaurant auction or something, and set them up in the barn and, you know, close off an area of the barn for butcher shop. But I don't have that yet, so this is what I'm working with. I just got a couple of folding tables that I could muster and use my tailgate. Trash bin, butcher knives. I'm just go from here. Yeah, I'll get the thing lowered down and just start getting into it, I think. Well, it probably took me about 6 hours, but that deer is butchered out. That's the first time I've done it all by myself. Usually I've had Andy at least there to help, so I didn't film any of it because my hands are all, you know, get all bloody and stuff, but yeah, that's it. I've got a big old tub of roast, which I think we're going to do a ton of jerky with that because we don't go through too many like pot roasts and things like that. You know, we got grind, Probably got 10, 12 pounds there is my guess, but I don't know. Dog bones, and then just that's pretty much the refuse. So yeah, that's about it. Nicole took the back straps and the tenderloins and stuff like that inside already, got it vac sealed and put in the freezer. That was my second sit ever for deer at around this new place, and it was successful. So I can't complain about that, you know. And we're gonna have, well, early muzzleloader's almost over, but we got 3 weeks of late muzzleloader, and I'm gonna have a lot of time for that because I got 5 days off for New Year's. I don't do anything on New Year's. I'm gonna have 5 straight days of deer hunting just in that New Year's weekend. Yeah, I think Andy is maybe gonna come hunt tomorrow. I don't know. I might do a little bit of hunting tomorrow. I think we might just also grind. Like, I may not hunt tomorrow. We might just grind all this stuff and start making jerky and watch football and the whole 9 yards. We'll see. All right, well, I got that deer yesterday, and I had, for my deer last year, we didn't actually grind any of it yet, because it's like, hey, you get the grinder out and then wash everything. So we were actually going to grind last year's deer, which is pretty small, and then my deer that I got yesterday, right now. And I think we're going to slice up quite a bit of the roast and stuff like that for jerky, get all that pre-sliced and ready to go, but not make it yet. So my grandpa was getting rid of a deep freeze and gave us this, a little bit older, but he gave it to us for free. We were wanting a stand-up deep freezer anyway. So, boom, we got that. It's kind of nice to be able to store game in here and rotate it. Sometimes I think I'm bad at hunting, but then I realize that most of the stuff that's in this freezer is just stuff that I've killed. So that's always a little bit of a encouragement. Also, this as well. So we've got some roast down there. That's the roast from the deer I got yesterday. We're going to slice that up into, pre-made for jerky. And then the grind from the deer last year, roast from deer last year. So I usually save the liver as well as the heart out of my deer. Liver traditionally has just kind of gone for dog food because we're not super big into the idea of eating liver. But I think I'm going to mince it up and put it in with the grind this year because it's supposed to be pretty nutritional and make the grind go a little bit further. We've got some of the grinder parts here in the freezer. That is cold.
It's sticking to my wet hands.
Okay. We got this grinder off of Amazon a couple of years ago. It was like $175. We had a little cheapo one that didn't work very good before. Rule of thumb when it comes to grinding at home is you want to have your stuff about 60% of the way frozen. Like, you want to be able to break it apart with your hands. We're starting out on the coarse grind just to get it looking like grind, and then we're going to mix in, well, we'll switch to the fine grind and mix out some of it that we want to mix it. Like I said, a lot of times you want to keep your stuff almost about 60% of the way frozen when you're putting it through. And that's where we freeze the grinder parts. We're having to break off chunks of grind here to put through the grinder. You can tell this stuff is really pretty frozen still. But when it's this frozen, as long as you can work with it, it grinds so well. Alright, well, in this meat lug is virtually 30 pounds of grind. We've got 2 pounds of ground pork to cut with some of the burger and stuff like that. But virtually we're going to have 30 pounds of grind to work with. Okay, and we're just weighing out the stuff we're not cutting with pork right now, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're cutting some of it with pork just for the stuff that's going to stick together more, like burger patties and meatballs. I think we're going to go with like a 1:9 ratio. Is that what we figured out? Although, because this stuff is sticking together pretty good. Like, we did a sample patty with no pork in it, and it worked out pretty good. To So we're just gonna add a little bit of pork in, but I think usually they go with like a 1 to 4 recommendation on like fat to deer meat, but I think we'll be okay with 1 to 9. We're cheating on these. We're not even gonna put like a tape or hog ring up there. We're just gonna see if they'll freeze shut. Hopefully we don't regret that. Okay, so mixed in the rest of this is 2 pounds of pork. We're gonna do burger patties and meatballs and have those kind of frozen and ready to go. So we got pretty much just the whole station going on here. We've had this food preservation stuff for some time. We got the grinder, which that thing is just a champ. And then getting the grind done, burgers made, and then vac sealer right there. So we'll vac seal all these burger packages, probably in threes is how we'll use them. So I mushed them.
Yeah, I'm wondering about not vac sealing them.
Maybe we don't vac seal them. So we're gonna say that the vac sealer is smushing the burgers a bit, so we're probably not going to vac seal the burgers, actually. Probably figure out something else. Okay, so I think we're just going to go this route. We got 4 stacks of 3 in a gallon bag. And Nicole thinks that we'll be able to get them out individually when we're ready for them. So
At least a set of 3 burgers.
we're going to go with that. So we are just getting the jerky strips pre-sliced right now. It's we've been at it for a little while, getting kind of tired, so we're just getting it sliced, gonna freeze it, and then I'll make some jerky here soon. All right, we're tired, but we're done. We got all the jerky pre-sliced. We've got a lot of jerky to make, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I'll get you doing that probably in a different video. For this one, I'm gonna call that all. So make sure to hit the subscribe button, keep up with all the adventures. Give me a like, drop me a comment, and I'll catch you on the next one.